Hey guys, welcome back. Today I just wanted to go over a few of the things. This is a short little video, basically going over what I bought for the month of July in 2025. So let's get started. First up, I picked up this Ampharos at a card show. It's a CGC Blue Label Mint 9. I checked it out. I don't think it'll get a 10, but I do like Ampharos. It's really cool, and it does have a little swirl right here, so I can crack it out and get a PSA 9 for it. I think a PSA 9 might fetch a little bit more money, but I mean, it's just something that'll probably sit in my collection for a while until I decide what exactly I want to do with it. Ampharos is actually probably, yeah, my top 3 favorite electric Pokemon. Since Gen 2, it was, you know, for a while my favorite electric Pokemon. But then, you know, other ones like the Shinx line came out, the Zebra Strika line is pretty cool, and then there's some other electric dual types that are actually pretty cool as well. But for mono electric, Ampharos is damn near the top. Also, at the card show, as you've probably seen in my card show pickup reel on Instagram, I did also pick this up, Galarian Slowking V. It's a card that I wanted. I like the artwork. Artwork's by Kamiya or Komiya. Yeah, it's just really cool artwork. I like the Pokemon. I kind of like the Slowpoke line, and yeah, I like the Galarian form, and I think it's pretty neat. And this one is super clean. We'll probably be cracking this one out to send in the PSA to get the 10. Negotiated a pretty good deal with this for this one, so I'm pretty happy about it. Next up, we got a Rainbow Rare Leafeon V. If you know me, you know I'm kind of stuck with Leafeon. Always pick it up. I just threw an offer on this on eBay. Didn't expect to win the auction, but I did. So yeah, this is a SGC 10. I'm still waiting for a lot of my cross-graded stuff to come back. I sent on a big submission a few months ago, but PSA is pretty swamped right now, so I'm not expecting those back. Their estimate is August, so maybe August or the fall. But I did have a lot of SGC 10s and 9.5s just to experiment within that group to try to test to see what they would get once cracked out and crossed over to PSA. So this one, I don't think it's worth very much, but I mean, I believe it's Evolving Skies. Yeah, it's never a bad idea to collect cards that you like from Evolving Skies that are still on the cheap end. As years go by, you know, I fully expect some of these rainbows to start going up, just because it's like, you know, the further we get away from the Sword and Shield era, the harder to get they become. Next up, I got a Milotic EX. This is a Tag 9. I believe I looked at the dig report and there was a little white dot here. I think there's a little bit of something right here, maybe a little bit of something here. But you know, you've seen in some of my PSA review videos that like my rule is generally if it has 4 corners, you know, with something on it, it's probably gonna get a 9. But I think you can get away with maybe 2 corners with little white dots. I've gotten a Blastoise back PSA 10 that had a bigger white mark on the corner. So I don't know, it varies with them. Do I think that this is something that could get a 10? I mean, it very well could, because some of the whitening here is very minute. It's not super major. The only one that's like super major is like when you see it and you can see the color white and it pops out to you, then yeah. But if you got to get really close to the card and you see something like this where it's like kind of barely there, those are ones I think you can get away with. So you could technically get away with these 3 corners, but I don't know how their grading rubric goes. I wonder if 2 little tiny white corners like this equal 1 white corner like this. So will I send it in? I don't know. Honestly, I only bought this because I was able to get this for $80, which I think is the bottom. I think it's the floor for this card. When this card came out, it came out at $80, and it's gone up from there, and it fell all the way back down to the floor. So technically, I saw this as a raw purchase with maybe some minor upside, with the possibility of being able to be graded. I mean, I could crack it out of the tag slab for sure and take a closer look at it. And if it meets that criteria, then I'll send it in. But if not, you know, I bought a Milotic at $80, which is basically the bottom. And if the market, you know, recovers or does whatever, like on modern singles, then I should, you know, be able to make a profit if I decide to move this one. So next up, got another SGC card, SGC 10. This is a Glaceon VMAX. So kind of the same thought process as the Leafeon, just it wasn't too expensive. This says it's from the holiday calendar, so I believe it's from Evolving Skies though, the same art. Oh, it has a stamp here, huh? Is that it? Is that a stamp? Okay. So yeah, it's the same artwork from Evolving Skies. We have, you know, the little thing here. So that's pretty cool to get a stamped card. This wasn't very expensive at all. And yeah, I picked it up, so maybe I'll just crack it out and send it, you know, just to have it. SGC 10s, for the most part, I've noticed they're pretty good. I've only seen a couple that, like, where I'm like, how did that get a 10? But I've seen that as well with Blue Label CGC 9.5s. I was looking at picking up a Mewtwo, old Black Star promo, I think from like the movie era, one of the movie promos. And it was a CGC 9.5. The person on eBay had it for like 150, but it has obvious whitening in the lower right side corner or left side corner, so I don't think it would crack out and grade to a PSA 10. You know, a lot of people say that a lot of people say that CGC Blue Label 9.5s are guaranteed to grade out as a 10, but I always say always check anyway and make sure, because just the same way that PSA makes mistakes all the time, I'm pretty sure CGC will probably, you know, make a mistake at some point and have something like that on there. But yeah, so we have another SGC 10, and this one I think I'm gonna crack out and regrade for sure. So Lance's Charizard V, Black Star promo from the Celebrations collection box. This one, I see it as having potential as far as like investment wise. You know, they say Black Star promos are always good, especially ones from collection boxes that are hard to grade. And this one kind of checks all those boxes. So when I saw this was an SGC 10, I took a look at it. You might have a little something right here. And that's why I say SGC is not always perfect in the check, because a lot of these companies are not. And I don't think, yeah, I think that's on the card. So it's very possible that it's coming back a PSA 9, but we'll have to see. It depends on how hard they grade the edges. But yeah, like I was saying, it's like Black Star promos that are from these collection boxes, Sword and Shield era, especially ones that have like this non-textured like hollow pattern, they just get beat up. I noticed that on modern IRs too. Like, I think that's why the Magikarp is sought after, because when I first heard about it I thought, well, why is an IR so sought after? And it's probably because it's hard to grade, because it just like they get dinged up so easily. And this stuff here, it's like, I don't know what this is, especially down here in like these kind of corners and stuff. It's like, but it's like a thick like something that just looks like it's just easy to scratch. We'll crack this out and we'll see. We'll send it in just as an experiment, because what's the worst I got to lose? Yeah, happy to have this one in the collection. Next up is just not a lot of explanation needed. Actually, I had the other two for the set, and I had bought this one to complete the set, but I had ended up selling the other two, so now I just have this one. And I bought it in a 9 because I was just going to crack it out and have it as raw. Now I don't need it anymore, so I might start recollecting the set over again as dings. This is another 4-corner. It's another 4-banger. So, you know, of course it got a 9, and I'm assuming that's why I got a 9, because it's a 4-banger on the back. So, and then speaking of IRs, that's what I'm talking about. See the silvering? You get a little bit of silvering on the top up here. So that's what happens with, you know, some of these IRs, these modern IRs, they just get beat up. Next up was just a silly gamble. You see how crazily cut this is. It's like super off center. I was wondering. It has the numbers, and I was like, you know, they took good photos of it in a way of kind of concealing what it looked like. And, you know, I should have went off of the numbers, but I wondered how bad an 8.5 centering could really be. And I guess now I know how bad an 8.5 centering is. So the corners were 9.5, the edges were 9.5, surface was 10. So it's damn near a perfect card, damn near a good card for grading. It's just the centering is horrible. This is probably gonna stay a 9. If not, I don't even know, PSA might even give it an 8 just on centering. So I'm probably just gonna crack this out and keep it raw. I have the Leafeon already from Crown Zenith, so I basically have the completed set now. So yeah, no worries there. It's still a nice pickup for collection purposes, and just another lesson learned. Next up, got a BGS 9.5 Mega Venusaur. I think we want to call this a full art. I picked this up. I'm trying to complete the set. I was gonna send this over. I want to get a sequential set of 10s in PSA for this, so I'll be cracking this out, sending it in. Centering's a 9, corners are a 10, surfaces a 9.5, edges are a 9.5. Pretty good candidate for a PSA 10, so be looking forward to that. Yeah, I just gotta get around to cracking a lot of these that I'm gonna send in and making a new batch. I already started a new batch of cards to send in. You know, a lot of people are waiting right now for PSA to have a special, because I guess when you buy the collector membership, you can get, you know, coupons or like a special, whatever. But that hasn't happened yet, and I've heard people, you know, at card shows talking about it, that they're waiting for it, and it's too expensive to grade right now at the $19 per card. And I'm inclined to agree. A lot of cards have gone down in price. And you know, those little plays, like it's back at the point where 9 is basically worth raw. So you don't wanna spend $19 on a card just to get a 9, and basically you lost the grading fee on that. And that's sort of the risk when you grade anyway. But I get it. I get a lot of people don't want to spend $500 on a submission when just a few months ago they were paying less than $300. Yeah, I get it. I get wanting to wait. I might wait on sending these in as well. I mean, these are, they don't look like a 9.5. Well, it doesn't have the subgrades on it, so this might be another mistake that I made. That looks like it's part of the card, so I might just leave this one alone. And it looks good. It looks like it would get a 10 based on the back. Yeah, the front, that looks like a little bit of a bend or something. Don't let the BGS label fool you. 9.5 does not mean automatic 10. So that's two that, you know, you really have to check. Yeah, so next up we got Arceus V, 9.5. So this one subgrades. I think I would say going forward, what I'm gonna do and what you should do as well if you're looking to do this is just look for cards with subgrades. A 9.5 blue label or 9.5 Beckett does not guarantee a 10 in PSA. I mean, obviously anybody will say, well, nothing's guaranteed with PSA, but you want to get as close as you can if you're buying to crack and regrade and you're trying to get a deal. Got a pretty good deal on this, paid a pretty good price. So this one's gonna go to PSA for a crack and regrade. You see the back is good, front is good, the centering's a 9. But I mean, to me, it looks like it's within 4 millimeters or 0.4 millimeters. So that one should get a 10. And last but not least, we have the hype card. Everybody's hyping up right now, along with the Greninja. This one looks really good. Got a good deal on it, and I got it for I think $70 in a 9.5. So I negotiated a deal for $70, and that was before raw value became $70. So right now, if I lose on this and everything else, I think where raw value is at right now, it would just be the same. So if I somehow got a PSA 9, I didn't lose any money except for the grading fee. But this should 10. I'm really confident this will 10. I don't see anything wrong with it. Of course, I have to get it out of the case and really take a look at it under the light with the black light and everything. But yeah. And that's it for that, guys. This was basically the what I've been buying for the month of July, and yeah, until next time.